Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ready to Love, Season 9, Episode 10.
How y'all doing, man? Blair, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. In the comments below, let me know how y'all doing. Let me know how y'all week went. You know what I mean? You usually end the week with Ready to Love. I'm sorry that have to be for us. You get what I'm saying? Because this season is not that good compared to others. But we are here. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
William goes home. We knew this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot.
Well, the men are back in power this week.
Yeah.
And Tommy's basically direction for them this week is that they need to explore trust and vulnerability with the women.
Yeah.
Patrice is crying. She's upset. She goes upstairs in the room when they're getting ready to get down with the crab boil. LaRon's super excited about that.
Yeah, now question, you thought that was weird?
That she went, yeah, I thought it was weird. Because I didn't think that William... I knew she had a connection with William, but I thought her connection was really with Alonzo. So I didn't think it would be that big a deal.
It's not even with Alonzo. That's why Patrice... If there's anything in this episode showing me that Patrice is weird.
Okay.
Because all this connection that we thought she had with Alonzo, she over there talking about, Chaz, you ain't got my number.
Yeah.
So she's upset. So she barricaded herself in the room. Mm-hmm. While there's crawfish and stuff outside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So, like, when William went home, I was like, for you to be that upset just seems very random to me. But maybe I haven't been paying attention this season. Mm. Maybe it was William that rented out that museum and things of that nature. And maybe it was William who was on that date with the ex and things like that. You know, he was there with Alonzo, but I'm just thinking, like, if it was such a serious connection, how come I didn't see a lot of it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen y'all on dates and maybe y'all paired, but I did not see any progression in their connection.
I honestly thought William and Maya were going to be the top two connections for each other because when everything came out, he went to Maya to make sure they were good. He didn't go to Patrice. So
weird.
Well, Vanessa tried to go check up on her, but Patrice didn't feel like talking.
Yeah.
Chaz is talking to the guys, and he thought he was going to get called forward because the women are questioning who he's going to select, and he feels like he's running out of time. It's hard for Chaz to make a decision at this point.
Listen here, have you ever seen the movie Baby Boy?
Yep.
There was a scene where Tyrese was like, I thought I was dead and stuff like that because it was a drive-by. Mm-hmm. That's what Chaz was. Mm-hmm. Chaz thought that he'd get called down, but Chaz is going through his little weird episode as well, which is like, this episode has shown me that, oh, this is why y'all on the show. Because y'all got a little weird tendencies going on that I'm like, this is just strange arranged for me. But go ahead.
Well, Rashida and Justin have a chat.
Yeah.
He tells her that he's appreciating getting to know everyone. Mm-hmm. He says his only connections are her and Mika.
Yeah.
But she doesn't mind Justin spending more time with Mika. He tells her that she holds a special place in his heart.
Oh.
I feel like this was him basically prepping her for, everybody's pretty cool and, I'm kind of inching my way away from you, but you special type thing.
Yeah, you special. Like, you hope, listen here. I'll remember you. Okay?
Well, Vanessa feels like Chaz is making his rounds, but he's not making sure Vanessa is okay.
Now, y'all pay attention because I actually had to rewatch this while Blair was asleep because I didn't understand the scene until I rewatched it.
Okay. Well, he's sitting down holding her hand while she's sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
And he tells her he's not trying to mislead anyone, but he is just going through the process. Mm-hmm. He says he doesn't care about going home. Vanessa tells him, okay, it's not about going home.
Yeah.
It's about being intentional with who you date and who you have an interest with. Mm-hmm. And you found a way to add more women to your plate on this retreat, which is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the only time she's spoken with him today, and it's 7 p.m. He says it's only 7 p.m.
It's only 7.
And I was thinking, is it 7 a.m.? Why would he say it's only 7? I mean, we went through breakfast and lunch. You haven't said nothing to her all day. So she says she's been up for 11 hours. Other women can say they spent time with you. She wants to be prioritized. He says time is relative, and he's right here in front of her now, asking her to focus on the moment that they're in. Mm-hmm. She tells him, you're really not saying anything to me right now, and he just gets up and storms away.
Listen here, in the confessional, he talks about, like, not even in the confessional, he talks about it to her. He tells her, you can't keep doing this. you can't keep doing this. And basically, like, in the confessional, he's alluding that, that maybe Vanessa may seem a little jealous or that she may be a little possessive and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Now, Blair, to everybody who's watching this video for the first time, give us a learning tip. What is the point of the retreat?
The retreat is to get deeper in your connections so you can find out who you really want to be with. You're spending all this time with these people. Yeah. So you really get to find out who you truly connect with. Not to keep adding on people and drinking and partying and kissing and eating strawberries off folks. Okay? That's not the intention of the retreat.
Don't lead the witness. I asked one question, okay?
I wanted to be clear.
So the whole point is that you get deeper with your connection. Who should feel the most slighted throughout this whole process? Who do you think?
I think Vanessa.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because Mika's not he said, I have 4 connections. Mika's not a connection.
No.
Patrice is not is her name Patrice?
Yes.
Is not a connection. Rashida is not a connection. So you're telling me throughout this whole time, while they shoot, they go to work, they come back and they shoot for hours. They go to work. So this is the only time where they can actually be in the same spot, spend the night and things of that nature. And throughout that time, while they shooting before they get to the retreat, he's spending time with Vanessa. He's calling Vanessa. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's on a date with Vanessa. When they had the date at his house, she stayed after the fact with Vanessa. You get what I'm saying? And when it's time for them to actually be alone, mm-hmm. when it's time for them to actually be within the four walls of this retreat, he added people?
Crazy.
Vanessa, he don't like you. Because he's adding people who don't even consider him as a connection. Mika is upstairs kissing Justin.
Yep.
Patrice over here crying over William. Mm-hmm. And Rashida, I forgot she was on the show.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So he's keep gaslighting her, basically saying, look, it's only 7. Stop being possessive and things like that. But you are giving me mixed signals because we rode here together.
Yes.
I sat in the front seat. I probably held your hand a couple times. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So basically, Vanessa should take it as a slap across the face that he sees Patrice as a connection who don't even have his phone number, Mika as a connection who basically spending all her time with Justin, and Rashida as a connection to where she and Justin was basically talking until Justin was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you no more.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chaz stormed past Maya and Rashida in his fit of rage or anger.
Yeah.
And they asked Vanessa what's going on with Chaz. Mm-hmm. She explains how their talk went and how that the women are confused mm-hmm. and he needs to provide clarity. Yeah. Vanessa can't tell if he's gaslighting or does she have higher expectations than she should when it comes to this process. And I would say, Vanessa, if you felt this way earlier in the process, then yes, you got to give him time to get through, talk to people, and figure people out. But when you're coming onto this retreat and you're talking to more people and saying you got more connections, when to me, I just don't think that's true. You can definitely talk to somebody and enjoy a conversation. It doesn't mean they're a connection.
I mean, we watch it. He don't have 4 connections.
Yeah.
He don't have the fact that when he sent out, quote unquote, the text message that all the women and things like that was the same. And they probably like cornered him. Like, what's this about? We probably didn't see that. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have 4 connections. Patrice added herself. like Patrice don't have a connection, which is kind of crazy. With Alonzo thinking like they are getting closer. Patrice basically walking around like, I don't have a connection. Chaz, you got my number? You get what I'm saying? So it's very strange that probably on the outside he's been selling Vanessa all these things. Oh, I can't wait till we get to the retreat. You know, this is our alone time and things like that. But, like, he even said it, the temptation around. And I think it's the temptation of himself. You get what I'm saying? Because he knows what he is. He knows what he likes. And Vanessa is safe. Meaning, on the retreat, I'm going to do things that I normally don't do. And when I get back home into the normalcy of life, Vanessa will be right there waiting for me. And basically, I can just pick up where I left off with her.
That sounds about right to me. Mm-hmm. So, apparently, Justin felt sick. Mika was taking care of him. Yeah. She was trying to fix his hair. And I felt like we got to see a different side of Mika. Mika does tend to come off having a lot of walls and guards up to the point where she really wasn't letting any of the guys get to know her, which I can't fault her because the guys this season were not that.
I'm about to say, is it
there
walls?
weren't really that many guys I feel like she should have opened up to. But we at least got to see a different side of her. She seemed happier, more playful, and she seemed into Justin.
Listen, don't play with me while I got a headache. Okay? I'm trying to lay down. I'm trying to rest. Okay? Also, I don't think Mika had walls of it. Just like, yo, I don't like these guys. What? Was she supposed to bring her walls down for LaRon?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't fault her for that, but she seems to have really gotten comfortable with Justin.
Yeah, and Justin, and I think Justin understands that. I hope he understands that this is just for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. They might have something.
No, y'all don't. Y'all don't.
Okay.
Because he said he wants a kid, and he said he don't mind if he don't have a kid. And look, it's nice to say that. You get what I'm saying? But you can't start off by saying I want a kid, and then by saying that I don't mind if I don't have him. And even then, I don't want him to trick himself into thinking that Mika might say, "Hey, I'll give you a kid." Just take her for her word for now.
Yeah.
In the sense that when she says no, and especially when there's other options, but it just shows that Rashida, I don't think he liked Rashida. And truth be told, I don't think Rashida got a lot of personality. Because I forgot she was on the show until she was getting strawberries fetched out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I kept getting her and Patrice confused. So both of them are a wash for me. But no, it definitely was a nice scene to see Mika finally be safe for like another week.
Right.
When it comes to her, when it comes to the women being, when it comes to the men being in power and things like that.
Well, LaRon lets us know he is a crawfish addict.
Okay, LaRon.
And says he might steal the pot.
LaRon, stop this. Listen here, man.
Now, if it was some crabs, I would have been right down there with you, LaRon.
No. We need to stop this big back tendency.
Okay.
Okay. You ain't gotta let us know that you gonna take the people's pot. Okay. Like, we understand. LaRon just like, listen here. I'm safe for the week. The women got the power. I'm gonna eat this crawfish. That was his whole point of getting through this elimination.
He was like, oh, I can get to the boil.
He was like, oh man, they got crawfish tomorrow. No, man. And once he put that plan together to get William out of there, and he's like, I love me some crawfish. I hear you, LaRon.
Well, everyone is eating and enjoying the crawfish except for Chaz and Patrice.
Yeah.
Patrice actually goes to check on Chaz. He's packing his stuff up. He's about to go.
Yeah.
He's hurting. He wants to go home. Patrice prays for him. And she asks him to stay, and he says he can't.
Yeah.
Stay.
Now, here's the thing about this. Patrice, you think you have a connection with Chaz. Chaz don't even want to talk to you.
Nah. And everything you're saying, he not listening.
And the minute that you walked in, he was like, I just want to be left alone. Get out. Now, Chaz, I don't understand what's going on with you, brother. But this is not a masculine thing you did. Running away from phantom connections? like ghost connections, you running away? You're running away from people who ain't thinking about you. You get what I'm saying? You feel like it's a lot of pressure, where really there's only pressure coming from one person.
Yeah.
And that's Vanessa, right? And you said, you know what? She needs to find her own way home. I'm out.
I was like, didn't you ride with about 3 people? Thank goodness Patrice got that Sprinter van.
But still, listen here, a Sprinter van feels all good and comfortable when there's like a good amount of people in there. Once it's crowded, it's just a van now.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So my whole point with Chaz is this pressure that he feels. I don't know what he feels. It was very sensitive. He comes out and says that, oh, I need to be around people who loves me. I'm like, what? Okay, right? So it just came off as very sensitive. Didn't consider everybody else, didn't consider the passengers that you brought up here and things like that. It just came off as if you were running.
Yeah. And
you're running away from what? You get what I'm saying? Like, no one was putting expectations on you except for what you was quote unquote throwing bait out there for. Stop throwing bait out there for people to bite on it and actually get serious, as Blair tried to give us the definition, but she let the witness. The retreat is for you to deepen connections, not to create them. We have yet seen you spend time with Vanessa, which is wild to me. Yeah. You say it's your strongest connection, but yet you have not spent time with her. But yet when she says it's almost bedtime and you say, you going to bed now? That's crazy.
Yeah. Number one, I'll say, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm not going to fault you for being overwhelmed.
I will.
I'll say go to your room, take a nap.
No.
But to leave the retreat, I felt like was a little dramatic, only because you're a grown person. And I don't put it on him being a man. I just, grown people in general, you're the one who makes the decisions for your life. If Vanessa is pressing you and you're not ready, just tell her, I'm not ready to decide. Get with it or get over it.
She wasn't even asking for a decision.
Right. But I'm just saying, like,
nah.
To me, like, I felt like he was working himself up, because he could have been honest and true in how he was feeling. And if the honesty, because I really don't know what was honest. He said he was confused. I don't necessarily believe that. I think he just want to have fun and play around. And Vanessa was trying to make him accountable and, stand 10 toes down on something.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people don't like that directness or don't feel comfortable standing in whatever the truth is, which might be he just came on here for play. Who knows? But I'm just saying that to me, it didn't take you leaving. It could have just been a simple conversation of, okay, Vanessa, you're mad at me. You be mad over there. I'm going to enjoy the crawfish with LaRon and enjoy the evening.
No, he couldn't do that.
And
I understand why you say that. Because, I understand you're a woman and you basically can't say, like, it's not masculine, things of that nature. And I respect that.
Well, I'm not saying that because I don't think it's... No, I'm trying to get my personal opinion on it.
It was not a masculine decision for a man to run.
No, I mean, I agree. It looked weak. It definitely looked weak.
No, it is
But
weak.
I'm definitely saying that I don't fault him for being overwhelmed. If you need to take a beat, take a beat.
What's overwhelming him is what I'm confused about.
That's my thing. I'm not trying to judge his feelings. I'm
judging him.
I'm just saying, take a beat, come out and address whatever you have to address so you can enjoy the rest of your time on the lake.
The reason why I have a problem with that is because I also have a problem with what Patrice did. Patrice felt overwhelmed she felt overwhelmed for whatever reason that William was eliminated, and she barricaded herself in her room throughout the whole evening when everybody was having crawfish, when everybody was together.
Well, she eventually came out.
Because of Chaz leaving.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So my whole point, if she just would have barricaded herself in the house and things of that nature to remove herself from the process while still being there physically, that's not good either.
I don't know. I said I'll give you an hour.
I ain't giving you nothing, man.
Okay.
You need to understand that every week somebody goes home.
Okay.
It's rather you or me. This week it was William.
Yeah.
Next week it will be Rashida. The week
because they showed us
exactly
in the previews. The editing is trash with production.
The next week,
come on, y'all.
The next week it's gonna be somebody.
Do better with commercials.
So my thing is, like, this whole thing of feeling like they saying things like it felt like a funeral. What?
Yeah.
Just a couple episodes ago, or last episode ago, y'all was getting into William about, quote unquote, sharing information or being part of some type of group to sync other people on the trip or to sync other people on the show. And now he's gone, quote unquote, the rat. And now y'all like, it felt like a funeral. Y'all, all of y'all need to grow up and stop being weird.
Okay. Well, Patrice comes out, tells everyone that Chaz left the trip. And Rashida actually had a little attitude.
Of course she did.
Because she thought that she might have been the person that he would want to talk to because she was one of his stronger connections. He didn't want to talk to anybody, Rashida.
No.
So he was not going to come out and say, Rashida, I need to talk to you. I'm about to leave. He didn't want to talk to anybody. He wanted to get his stuff and go. Patrice just heard him rumbling upstairs and getting his stuff together. And she walked up there before he got a chance to bounce.
Yeah.
So that's all that was.
Yeah, Rashida thinking like he wanted to talk to Patrice. Trust me, no one wants to talk to Patrice except for Alonzo. And she don't want to talk to Alonzo. So, like, that's the facts.
Now, LaRon does what he does best, which is get everybody to turn up.
Oh, don't say that, because he said y'all putting that on him. He said, like, I don't know where y'all got this I'm a party guy all the time from.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But, okay.
Well, everyone's dancing. Alonzo puts his skates on.
Where he gets skates from, guys?
This is why people don't take you seriously, Alonzo. But whatever. Breaking out skates in the middle of a dance party. But whatever. I mean, have fun. Live your life. They watch the fireworks outside. And here go LaRon again, leaning up against the fridge over Maya. And he invites her to watch a movie.
Oh, no. He said, hey.
Oh, gosh.
We meet again. How you doing? Want to watch a movie with me? Oh, no, don't leave.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's always awkward. And I feel bad for LaRon because LaRon, she's not feeling you. whenever you're talking to her, it always feel like you got her cornered, as if you got her like trapped or something like that. Hey, where you going? You going to bed? You ain't going to bed. We gonna watch a movie. Come watch a movie with me. And then he grabs her by the arm. He didn't grab her, but he kind of let her, the way he kind of take her arm. Come on, let's go. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like high school. This is how I was when I was 14.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? There's no smoothness, and it's almost as if, how can I put it? You don't want to, which gonna sound counterproductive. You don't want to expose all your cards that you're so into a person because you're leaving yourself wide open. And LeBron just got himself wide open for Maya and things like that. So he's like, let's watch a movie. They go there, they sit down, and he got his arms around her. He just had, and the thing about it is he got his arms around her, but she's not in the arm. She's not in the space, if that makes sense. Usually people are cuddling and things like that. Maybe she may lay into you if she's into you. But he basically just touching her. This nice, ain't it? You know? He basically got an arm around her like, this is nice, you know? I love it when we meet at the fridge, girl. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like LaRon, it's kind of hard to watch. It's cringy at certain points because she just sitting there with her hands in her lap just looking, you know, just basically being a statue. And he got his hands, listen here, early on when you're dating somebody as a guy, you're just happy to touch them. You just, you know, and I feel bad for him. Because based on what we saw in the commercial, he said, I feel like Maya was made for me. I'm like, brother, how did we get here?
Well, the thing is, Maya's going along with it.
Because he got the power.
Right. That's true, and they don't have any other connections. But maybe she likes LaRon, but I don't see it.
Stop it. She don't like LaRon.
I don't see it.
She don't like LaRon.
Yeah.
She don't have a connection on the show.
Okay.
She do not like LaRon.
Well, Alonzo goes up to cuddle with Patrice.
Of course.
Mika and Justin cuddle up, kissing to where he has to get up and close the door. So
no, he closed the door because it was bedtime.
Okay.
And stuff like that for them to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah.
For them to watch a movie and things like that.
Yeah, turn the light out, everything.
I mean, why would I want to watch a movie with the lights on?
I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Listen here. Alonzo, I felt like Alonzo went in the room with Patrice, but I felt like Patrice is the type to where he's on the floor, she's in the bed. She don't want to talk right now because Chaz left, William left, and he's there watching the movie while she's in the bed asleep or whatever because she's upset that her connections are gone. Okay. While Alonzo there thinking he's making progress. But really, you're running in quicksand, man. She's not into you either.
Well, Justin checks in with Rashida.
Yeah.
He feels their relationship is developing more to a friendship level. Rashida, he asks her how she's feeling, and she's shocked that Chaz left, and she's actually pretty saddened by it. She felt she was owed an explanation, but she'll give him his space. I feel like Rashida thinks her connection with Chaz is deeper. I'm thinking they must have like knocked the boots or something. You know, when they was like eating the strawberries or whatever. Because I'm like, and sometimes, and I know this is editing. We don't get to see all the dates and all the things or whatever the case may be. But I really didn't see the chemistry.
There's no chemistry with anybody on the show.
Well, I mean, I see it for Chaz and Vanessa. But
I don't. Now,
well, at this point, no. I saw it for them.
I can't trust my lying eyes. Because if there's chemistry, why he's not. This going to seem kind of mean to say. There's certain things as a guy that we strive for, and there's just certain things that we accept. So, for example, if he got Vanessa in the bag, right? We call that a layup. Okay. It's an easy shot, right? Why he's not spending time with her? It's literally a layup. Yeah. Like it's literally a layup. I think the hardest person that he probably could have got was probably Mika. Just off the strength that he wants kids, she don't want kids and things like that. And I think Mika could kind of tell, like, you a player and things like that. I'm really not going to let you get
too close.
If anything happens because I want it to happen, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to consider you a connection. I'm not going to consider it serious. It's just going to be fun. You get what I'm saying? That's why you may feel like Justin's bringing down the walls and things like that. Justin may be thinking he's doing something, but Justin, be careful, right? But with the whole Rashida thing, I don't know what, to your point, I don't know what you're getting it from. And the person who we don't see, who we supposed to be seeing the most on this trip, is Vanessa. Yeah. Based on how the show is structured, it's supposed to be giving you someone that we all seen their connection. And I can't trust my lying eyes with the Vanessa and Chaz thing because Chaz, throughout his actions and even his words, he just like, it ain't that serious. Even though he said it's my strongest connection, but it ain't that serious. And I'm just like, y'all confusing me. Rashida confusing me. It just a season of confusion.
Right. Well, LaRon set up a date with Maya once they get back from the retreat. He got her flowers that were the same color as the dress from the mixer where he first met her. And he feeds her an oyster. He tells her that she feels like home to him. And she says that she likes seeing him being romantic. Maya says that she can see herself with LaRon.
Listen here, don't lie to me, girl. Because
that was hard for me to say.
Listen here. LaRon came in, he was like, hey girl, I got your flowers and I got you some oysters. You realize that he ordered the oysters for her and all that stuff. Only 4. You get what I'm saying? And she picked it up. He said, no, I'm going to feed it to you. You know what I mean? Okay. I like oysters. You get what I'm saying? And whole time, he's there and he's trying to get her to talk about him. Yeah. About how she feels about him.
And she's not doing it.
And no.
She's really not giving him much of anything. She's smiling and she's listening, but she's not giving that much.
It's called a free meal. That is what we call it. Okay. We call it as, he's a nice guy. I'm going to let him take me out. I'm going to let him pay for my meal. But at the end of the day, I don't like him. He ain't going to kiss me. Listen, it's going to be church hug, church hug, church hug, church wave. Okay. You get what I'm saying? But the whole thing of him trying to be romantic and things of that nature, mind you, this is their first date, and we're almost at the end of the season. She's not into you. You get what I'm saying? And he's trying to feed her, trying to make it seem like he's like this smooth criminal. But it's just coming off as awkward. And she just like, oh, you will feed it to me. Oh, okay. Okay. And I'm just like, LaRon, okay, I guess. And she's like, I just have to last this week. And then I'm going to get rid of LaRon next week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I don't want him feeding me my food. I don't want him touching my food. I'm going to get rid of him next week. But this week, I'm going to play nice while he got the power. But the week after, he got to go.
Well, Alonzo and Patrice do a bungee fitness class.
Yeah.
She tells the confessional that she's still interested in Chaz.
What? Yo, Alonzo, I feel bad for you, but I kind of don't, okay?
Well, they have a fun time, lots of laughing. He opens up and tells Patrice that he goes to the doctor a lot because I guess he didn't get close to his father until his dad was on his deathbed. And Patrice says that because he asked her, does falling in love scare you? She says falling in love doesn't scare her.
Yeah.
He says, what about falling in love with me? And she says that she thinks it'll be easy to fall in love with Alonzo. He tells her, I don't want it to seem like my eyes are anywhere else but you. So he's telling her he is all in. And she's over here telling us that she's into
Chaz.
So
the guy who don't even have her phone number.
And Alonzo has set up some pretty nice dates. I'll give him that.
But listen here. Goofy is not Mickey.
Yeah.
I gave y'all that revelation episodes ago. As much as Goofy may do the same thing, Goofy and Mickey can do the same thing, but at the end of the day, it will come off as goofy if you do it. You get what I'm saying? But if Mickey was to do it, he's smooth. You know, he got mini.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? like so like it just at the end of the day, Alonzo she's just not into you. She's into a guy who quote unquote didn't have a connection with, haven't been on a date with, who don't even have her phone number and things like that. She's like, you ain't called me. He was like, I ain't got your number. She was like, I gave it to you. He's like, I didn't save it. It didn't save. Like,
I'll give it to you again.
Exactly.
Save it this time.
So it's like okay, Alonzo can't win for losing. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, we get to the men's lounge.
Yeah.
Chaz is at the men's lounge. I thought he should have stayed home.
No.
Because I'm like, you left the trip. It didn't seem like you went on any dates throughout the week. It seems like you took the week off. So how are you going to decide who gets to go home? Listen, you haven't been around.
Truth be told, that is true. That's facts.
But as we move forward into the men's lounge, I was like, okay, thankfully Chaz is here because he's the one who needs to narrow down these connections. Because it seems like these men know who they're connected to. So Chaz tells us how he was overwhelmed. And all the guys, except for Chaz, aren't feeling their romantic connection with Rashida. He says that he felt judged by showing his emotions by her. And Tommy asked Chaz to take Rashida out and for him to make that decision on that date.
He said, listen here, since you want to leave the retreat and things like that I plan for y'all to go, you go tell Rashida if she's ready to love or not.
Right.
And things like that.
But this would have been the perfect week and the perfect opportunity for him to have dates with people to do the vulnerable trust exercise, especially because he was feeling vulnerable. So he could actually see how the women responded to how he was, instead of hiding it and running away and being gone for a whole week. Actually share your feelings with these women, see who responds the best, and that can even help you narrow down your connection.
But you're missing it, Blair.
Okay.
I think you are speaking to someone who is honest. You're speaking about someone who has good intentions and who is not trying to hide their bull-ish.
Okay.
Right? Chaz doesn't have a connection with no one except Vanessa.
Okay.
Right? He's basically, by picking up other connections along the way, he's basically saying, I don't want to be with Vanessa.
Oh.
So
maybe she can like say she don't want to be with him, so he don't have to do it.
Because it really makes no sense for him to feel overwhelmed. It makes no sense for him to feel judged. It makes no sense. Why does it matter for you to be judged by people who you don't have a connection with, unless you just take that on? Mm-hmm. He took on everything he felt he took on. So my whole thing is Vanessa should feel the most slighted. He don't need to go on dates with these people, because throughout the time before this retreat, he said, Vanessa is my strongest connection. Mm-hmm. I've been on dates with her. I've been talking to her. I've been spending time with her and things like that. Mm-hmm. But when it was time for him to, quote unquote, be with everybody, to where he couldn't be Pretty Tony, to where he couldn't be Smooth Criminal, to where he couldn't lie in people's face without the other person finding out, now he feel like, oh, I feel like y'all judging me. No, nobody's judging you. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Vanessa should feel the most slighted, and Vanessa should be like, you know what? I don't want to be here with anybody else. Matter of fact, Alonzo, come here. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, the time that they could have had a deeper connection, he chose otherwise, and then he left in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Well, Rashida asked him when they're actually at this date. Yeah. Asked him, what's up? Mm-hmm. And Chaz is like, well, before we get into it, how was the rest of the weekend?
Wait a minute.
Why are we talking pleasantries, Chaz?
Small talk.
She said that they just enjoyed the rest of their trip. Mm-hmm. And he says, I thought it was like a funeral. She said, I was a little sad, taken aback. But we ended up ending the weekend with some fun. We had a good time.
Listen here, Chaz. Don't break your arm, pat yourself on the back, okay? I thought, when I left, everybody had a bad time. Mm-hmm. Thank God for LeBron, right?
Rashida says, well, I know something's up. She wants to get to the meat and the potatoes of the conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, stop all of this stuff. What are you trying to say? Okay. He says she was one of his top connections. She interrupts him to say that he was her strongest connection, and it was a lot for her that he just left. She thought he could have at least reached out to communicate that he needed space. He says, you'll see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And she says that's enough for her. I guess seeing the bad and the ugly. Mm-hmm. She says she's going to self-eliminate. But it's not until they have a back and forth. You can go ahead.
First of all, the reason why she self-eliminated is because Chaz already revealed his hand. He said, well, the men met today. She said, I'm gone. And I'm
she said, before you finish that.
And I'm like, Chaz, why you let her steal that from you, brother? Mm-hmm. The minute that, listen here, because it was already contentious between them two. They was going at each other back and forth and things like that. And she's like, can I say something? He's like, well, you cut me off. Well, I want to say something, but you've been talking this whole time. Can I say something? First of all, Chaz, both of y'all are lying to each other about the strongest connection thing, right? And it's strange to watch both of y'all just give each other these fake pleasantries and this small talk as if you didn't just leave the retreat, and Rashida over here feeling like she is owed, quote unquote,
an explanation.
The only people who Chaz owe an explanation to is Vanessa, Lon, and Mika, because my stuff was in your trunk. Okay? And you just bounced. Right. Can I get my lip gloss back? I left my PlayStation controller back there. I thought I was going to play, but can you... Those are the only people he owe an explanation to, the people that he brought there with him. Yeah. Everybody else, I don't know about these ghost connections, these phantom connections and things like that. But listen here. She self-eliminated herself. She said, you know what, I'm gone. I don't want nothing to do with it. Because people need to understand something. She's saying stronger connection. He was your only connection. And things like that, especially since Justin dumped you. Yeah. So I'm like, you might as well self-eliminate and things like that, because you was going to get eliminated anyway and things of that nature. What did you think of this episode?
Well, she ends the conversation saying, "Best wishes to you, great wishes to me," and I think that was perfectly said. How I thought about the episode, it's just a bunch of people playing games. I don't know how many of these people are actually going to last in long-term relationships. But I guess this is a game show, so we'll see who gets to the end.
No, it is.
I mean, what else can I say?
It is a game show. Out of the roster of love shows, Ready to Love have found itself at the bottom of the barrel of the love shows. Y'all need to do better. Y'all are almost on the level of The Bachelor to me. Ooh. And The Bachelor is not a good show today than it was back in the day and things of that nature. Because I don't understand the whole, like, I don't understand it. I really don't. I think the guys, I think the contestants or like the people who was on the show, I think they contributed to the season being a dud and things like that. But the women are just not into the men the way that other seasons has been.
Yeah, and y'all really didn't pick like a lot of interesting, like, well-to-do guys. Not to say these guys are terrible. It seemed like there were some nice guys, but there's also a lot of weirdos.
Blair said this is the representation of the pool of men that's out there in the real world. So this is supposed to be a real world depiction of how it is to date. Yeah. And if this is how it is, then guess what? A lot of women is going to kick themselves off the show. Yes. You get what I'm saying? And be like, you know what? Nah.
Exactly. I'd rather not.
Because her whole point was she still could have fought for a connection, but she was like, okay, I got Alonzo, I got Justin, and I'm not doing LeBron. And she just rather jump off the bridge and be like, hey, I got my own parachute. Right. You get what I'm saying? Anything else?
That's all I got.
Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, all the above. Come back next week. We got other shows as well. Tomorrow we will be reviewing Love and Marriage DC. Yes. Make sure y'all watch that. Carlos Keeney, y'all to watch the show. A lot of things happen online in real time with that show and things of that nature. We may touch on that. That's it?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.